Hello and welcome. My name is Diana and this is MetCon 20.0. It's our week 4, which means we're working our medium tempo and our moderate contractions. Thank you so much for joining me. Today our supplies include a light medium to you dumbbell set. I'm choosing my 10s. We're also going to use a heavy to you dumbbell set. For me, I'm choosing my 20s, okay? So light, medium, and then also heavy to you, okay? In addition to that, today we need a box, a bench, or a really fixed stool or step that you can travel up and down for. Our split stance movement today is going to be our step ups. And then we also need that mat down beneath us. Today we're also going to use either a TRX set at our short or our shortest setting, or that can be a heavy to you resistance band at your mid anchor point, okay? So kind of a lot of supplies. Let me run through that again. We've got light, medium to you dumbbell set, heavy to you dumbbell set. We're gonna use a box or a bench or a step to step up on. We're gonna use that mat down beneath us. And then of course we've got either our TRX strap or our band with a mid anchor point, okay? We also need water so that we can stay hydrated. All right, how this works is we're gonna get the body warmed up with a set of different exercises that both lengthen the tissues and warm up the body for our exercises today. And then we'll move into 2 different circuits for our MetCon that are each 7.5 minutes in length, okay? We're gonna get started today with a hamstring kick out. So arms extend out from the chest at a T shape, and we're gonna kick out opposite hand to toe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work. All right, separate your feet about squat distance apart. We're gonna take a torso rotation. See if you can keep the hips pointed forward, but rotate right through the waist. Good, 2, and 2, 3, and 3, 4, and 4. Here's 5, and 5. Excellent, friends. All right, next we're going to take our standing quadricep stretch. So using a wall surface for balance support, go ahead and catch one leg behind your hip and then scoop your tailbone and shorten the distance from the bottom ribs to the top of the pelvis to gain more of a stretch here. Take a breath in and a breath out. Awesome work. All right, get some support on the second side. Catch that heel behind the hip. Tuck the tailbone. Awesome work, my friends. Last but not least, we're going to take a standing calf raise. So feet side by side, you can use some type of a balance support. I'm going to use my foam roller. And we're going to rise up and down to our tiptoes for 23, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, keep it going. 10, 9. Get our ankles warmed up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work, friends. Go ahead and move that out of your way. This is a great moment for you to take a sip of water. I'm going to introduce you to the exercises that make up MetCon 1. So today, we're going to get started with our sumo squats. And we're going to pick one of your heavy to you dumbbells. And I like to grip it by the ends or by the top for this exercise, okay? Your choice. We're gonna take our feet out wider than our normal squat distance. We're gonna angle our toes out wide as well. And we're gonna squat up and down, keeping a really tall torso, shoulder blades down your back, retracted. And we're gonna go ahead for 30 seconds with that sumo squat. All right, after that, we're gonna release that weight, and we're gonna grab our light, medium to you dumbbells, and we're gonna alternate our step ups, okay? That's on your box, your bench, or your sturdy step. And then we're gonna go ahead and close out this circuit with our push exercise, which today is gonna be a plank up, down. So we'll come up and down on alternating arms, all right? Believe it or not, this is going to work your triceps and your chest, but it's also gonna work your abdominals. All right, so 30 seconds of each. We'll take that through 5 rounds, which brings us to our 7.5 minutes to make up this first MetCon. We're gonna go ahead and start in about 10 seconds. Let's get that heavy to you. Dumbbell in hand, feet out wide, sumo stance, and here we go. 30 seconds up and down, great form. Three, 2, 1, move that out of your way, medium to you weights in hand, and alternate your step ups. Beautiful, keep it going. And release it down and right into your high plank. Let's go right arm down, left arm down. Beautiful, keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we're up and right back to our sumo squats. Grabbing that heavy to you weight. Here we go. Awesome, 1 round done. And release it. Awesome work. Grab those dumbbells. It's the lighter ones, and here we go, up and down. Three, 2, and 1, release, and right into your high plank. Let's lead with the left first. Awesome, keep it going. 3, 2, 1, and we're up. Awesome job. Grab that heavy weight. We're starting round 3. And release it. Awesome work. All right back to our step ups. Giving myself a tiny bit more space here. Great job, and release it. and right back into your high plank. Right arm leads. Four, three, two, and one. We're up. We've got 2 rounds to go. You've got this. Heavy to you, weight back in hand. Here we go. Three, two, one, release it. Here's our step ups. Three, two, one, high plank, 2-minute warning. Here we go. Three, two, and one, and we're up. It's our finale on our MetCon 1. Back to our heavy weight. It's our last time through it. Here we go. You can do this. Three, two, and one. Release it. Beautiful. We've got step ups. Good, keep it going. And release it. Our final exercise, our plank up, downs, drop in. Five, four, three, two, and release. Amazing work. Grab some water, take this brief rest, and we're gonna learn about MetCon 2 circuit. One thing you can put away is the light, medium to you weights. Let's go ahead and get those out of our space. All right, friends. Next circuit, we're gonna kick it off with some abs. We're gonna take our bicycle crunch. So we're gonna start off this circuit of MetCon is gonna be rep based. So we're gonna take our bicycle crunch for 10 reps, okay? We're not trying to rush through these. We're gonna try to press our low back into our mat surface and make full contact, if you can, between the moving knee and opposite elbow, okay? That's our exercise number 1. We'll take 10 of those. Exercise number 2 is our march in place farmer carry. So now we've got both of the heavy to you dumbbells, and we're gonna go ahead and march that 10 reps on each leg. And then we're gonna finish up today with our pull exercise, and that is our mid row This is the TRX version. I'm gonna make my body into this nice and rigid reverse style plank. Tailbone tucked, glutes engaged. All right, holding that nice long plank-like body. And then if we don't have TRX and we're doing band, we're gonna come back away from that resistance point, and I want you to find a nice strong stance, and we're gonna pull back and squeeze those shoulder blades, okay? On that exercise, I want you to step back a little bit further than you thought you could and to really work the upper back, okay? This is so helpful and healthy for your posture, all right? And all of the pulling strength involved in your life of bringing objects that are outside towards yourself, okay? All right, friends. So we'll take that through 10 reps each for our 7.5 minutes. It's our full second circuit. Let's do a quick review. We've got our bicycle crunch for 10. We're gonna move right into our march in place farmer carry. We'll lift each knee 10 times and we'll finish up with our row, okay? Let's go ahead and start in our bicycle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take it on up. Grab those heavy to you weights. Brace your core in tall, perfect posture. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Gorgeous. And right over to our rows. Grabbing your band or your TRX. Finding a good solid resistance. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're right back to the beginning with bicycles. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. We're up and we're grabbing the heavy to you weights. Here we go, marching. 10, 9, 8, 7, good job. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Set those down. And we're back over to rows. Recline it back or walk it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Here's 3, 2, and 1. That's awesome. And we're right back down. Great job. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. Make your way up. All right, and we're marching. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Awesome. Over to our rows. Recline it back. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Back down to the floor. And bicycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. We're up and we're marching. Heavy weights in hand. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. And rows. Awesome work, friends. Drop in and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. We have a 2-minute warning, so 2 more minutes through it. We've got it. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7. You can do it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make your way up and let's march. Shoulders back and down. Tall posture. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. It's our rows. All right, take it back a little lower or a little further back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. We're back down for bicycle. Awesome work, friends. We've got just over 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Make your way up. Grab your weights. Let's finish with our marching. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work, my friends. Set those down. Grab a big sip of water. We're going to start our stretching standing today. All right, we're going to kick the cool down off right over to a wall or a door. We're going to step 1 foot back, push the heel down, and then bend the knee to stretch the Achilles tendon. Take a breath in and out. Awesome. Take that same foot right up the baseboard on the wall or the bottom of the door, and then bring your hip in. Breath in and out. Flawless. Second side, step it back. Push the heel down, then bend the knee. Stretch out that Achilles tendon, big breath in, big breath out. And then walk it in and step that toe up the wall. Bring your body in towards the door or wall. Breathe in and out. Excellent work. Okay, from here, we're gonna go into an active adductor stretch. So we worked our adductors in that sumo squat. I'm gonna have you take a quadruped or an all fours position and then send one leg straight out, 90-degree angle from the hips. Press into the sole of that foot, and we're gonna take your hip back and forth, almost like halfway into child's pose, stretching out the inner thigh. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come up to the top and then just press and square the hip down to the floor. Press into the sole of the foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Return that knee under the hip. Take the second leg straight out to the side. All right, and here we go, sitting back for 5, 4, here's 3, 2, and 1. Gorgeous. Come up to the top and square the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Next, we're gonna take a seat and we're gonna bring our legs out in front, but our feet are wide. They're about squat distance apart. Bring your hands up across your chest or drop them back behind you. And we're gonna take our knees 90-90 or our shin box. We're rotating from side to side, loosening up the hips and the glutes. There's 2 and 3. Here's 4 and 5. Beautiful, friends. And then we're gonna finish up on our tummy. I'm gonna have you come all the way out flat and then bring your hands right in by your ribs, and we're gonna come up into Cobra first. Take a breath in and a breath out. We're gonna take Sphinx second, so forearms to your mat. Elbows are tucked in close to the ribs. Lift your chin and chest, stretch out your abdomen. And then we're gonna finish it up. Walk your hands out in front and then press into the floor. It's called seal. You look like a seal. And we're stretching out those abdominals. We worked those abs in our bicycle and in our plank up downs today. Awesome. And then of course, if you need a counter posture, you're gonna send your hips back and take child's pose. I wanna invite you to spend a nice chunk of time in that last restful position. So great to let the circulatory system, even the nervous system, kind of calm and reset before you jump into the next active part of your day. I hope you enjoyed this class. It felt so good in my body. I hope it felt great in yours. Of course, if you have any questions, I want you to go ahead and email those to me, Diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. Go forward and have a wonderful rest of your day. And I can't wait to catch up with you soon in my next live or recorded class. Until then, take great care. Bye-bye.